You don't get the opportunity to come in and redesign some historic corridors like Broadway is in Louisville.
This is a roadway that really has an impact on a lot of different people. It touches a variety of different neighborhoods. One of the most heavily traversed in terms of transit for all of our community. It's one of the most dangerous corridors, but it's also one of our most iconic.
This corridor has a lot of history, and we need to tell that story in a truly unique and Louisvillian way.
Our goal is to establish a vision for the entire Broadway corridor that stretches 6 miles from Shawnee Park all the way up to Baxter Avenue. To make it a place that works for everybody.
Reimagining this for the next 50 years, looking in the crystal ball to determine what we want this corridor to be, and then wrapping tech and neat approaches around that to make it uniquely Louisville. We're here for a conversation.
Our consultants, Gresham Smith, they've established a really good, multifaceted team of national experts to work on this project. Through the last year and a half, in really studying and hearing from a lot of people about this corridor, we came to realize that while we want to look at Broadway as one unified corridor, there's also special characteristics and authentic places that really make it unique. So what we've done is we've broke it down to allow us the flexibility to adapt based on the specific needs of each part of the corridor. We are on sort of the western end of Broadway. Is a very residential section of the corridor. The roadway is a little bit more narrow than it is in a lot of other places.
It was designed for lots and lots of cars when we were only giving space to that one use. Well, it's changing. What does that mean for this section? It means better access. It means more comfortable space. It means better connections to places like the park. Gateway treatments, so you know that you've arrived in a residential area where pedestrians have a space, where scooters have a space that still supports all the people that are trying to access the buses and use their cars on Broadway. And we have plenty of space to do that. We're close to 26th Street at the Kroger. A lot of people are reliant on places that are in this section, and we want to continue to encourage these types of uses and access to those uses, but it's also challenging. There's lots of confusion, there's lots of crashes that are occurring there. We have to allocate appropriate space for people to be in these confined areas safely, and this just doesn't cut it anymore. There's lots of markings that we can do, there's lots of even separated curbs that provide pedestrian refuge, meaning when you start to cross a wide street like Broadway is, that you can get halfway across it and relax, because you're in a kind of curved area that's protecting you. So we want to hear from you, we want to make sure that we're doing the right things for the plan, and then it will work for more people.
This is the third segment of the roadway, the downtown urban core.
11th to Barrett. And here we see a lot more space being allocated to the actual road, but as a result we see cars moving a lot faster.
This is by far probably the most dangerous part of the corridor.
People losing their lives or being hurt on our roadways is something we can't tolerate. We want to provide spaces that everyone can use, that they feel comfortable in, including our youngest users to our aging population. We can put lots and lots of stops all the way down through here to support every single block, but that slows down those buses. So there could be certain lines that we want to accelerate and space out. That's again one of those trade-off points that we'd really love to hear from the folks that are dependent on TARC here in Louisville.
This is the easternmost segment from Beargrass Creek up to Baxter Avenue. It's a very residential section of the corridor, but it also provides a connection into the Highlands and from the Highlands into downtown and all the neighborhoods that are connected in between. We probably don't need a full 4 lanes of traffic coming through here, so that we can reallocate some of that space to sidewalks, add some green infrastructure, add some better facilities for those people that aren't driving, and still have plenty of capacity for our buses and our other motorized users to get through here.
We don't want to just design something outlandish that can never be implemented. So let's design it for what we can do in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then these long-term projects to follow, but we need to be realistic enough to know it's got to work now too.
Broadway is a roadway that serves all of Louisville and even the surrounding areas, so we want to hear feedback from everybody about this project.